Hello, and welcome back to Cooking for the Yum of It. I am your host, Wesley Foreman, and today we're going to be making potage parmentier, which is a very fancy French way of saying potato and onion soup. Let's get started. First we take 1.5 pounds of potatoes, then we peel the potatoes, we chop the potatoes, and then into the soup pot our potatoes go. Now we take our onions, and we slice our onions, and we peel our onions, we slice our onions, and like we did with our potatoes, into the soup pot they go. Oh, this is going to be so good. Now you may notice I sliced the onions and diced the potatoes. It really doesn't matter how. You could have sliced the potatoes and diced the onions. You could have diced both, sliced both. That part doesn't matter. And for this recipe, as you'll see why later, neatness does not count. Now we're going to add about 3, maybe 4 quarts of water. Here's 1. Here's 2. And I think we're going to make do with just this 3. Now we're going to add 1 tablespoon of salt. I know that sounds like a lot, but remember this is 3 quarts of water. So that works out to about 1 teaspoon per quart. We stir that. Okay. I don't know what that was, but it doesn't look good in my soup and I don't want it there. Now we're going to partially cover. We'll leave a little bit of vent over. I don't actually, if you can see that, we're going to leave a little bit of vent right here. And we're going to cook this on medium heat so that it simmers for about 30 to 40 minutes, or until the vegetables are tender. So let's jump ahead. Okay, here we have it finally starting to simmer at the right temperature. I don't know if you can see it, but we've got the steam rising from the surface, and if you look closely, I can't seem to get this to focus. You have tiny little bubbles starting to bubble at the bottom. No, I can't get that to work. So now that we've got it at the simmer level, we will continue to keep it partially covered, and we're going to let it simmer at that temperature for 40, let's make it 50 minutes. You'll see why later. And don't forget, you also need to occasionally stir the soup. Now, if, as you see, it starts boiling too much, and you don't want it to boil, you just want it to simmer, just turn down the heat. That's all it takes. And just stir a little more until it stops bubbling the way it, boiling the way it was, and returns to a nice, gentle simmer. Okay. Now we still have about 25 minutes to go. Okay, it has now been 50 minutes. Oh, sorry about that. We're going to stir this a little just one more time. And now we are going to transfer this. We're going to strain out the solid parts, but we're going to save the liquid. Don't worry, everything's going to still be there, but let's just move the camera around. Okay, here we go. I have to put my oven mitts on because this is rather hot. Let's get that in there. Turn off the heat. Let this drain out. And then we're going to move this over to the food processor. It goes in. Oh, I use a spoon to help that. I don't want to have it all come out in one great big lump and spill all over the place. That would not be good. Put on our lid and we puree the ever-living daylights out of this. And another thing we're going to do is we're going to add, not all of it, but we're going to add a little bit of the broth until we reach the desired consistency for our soup. Let's start off with 1 cup, and we'll see if that works. Okay, maybe add another ½ cup this time. Okay, I'll take a look at that. Okay. And another ½ cup. That'll make a total of 2 cups. Okay, that's looking better. Okay, yeah. Now we're going to put this in another pot and return it to the stove. Now we have this on simmer. We pour in our soup. Now we start stirring in our heavy cream very, very slowly. Let me get my spoon here. Don't want to do it too quickly or something called it will break the cream, whatever that means. I'm not exactly sure. But we stir that in until the cream becomes fully incorporated. Don't want to do it too fast or it might curdle, so you do it very slowly as you stir. And then you take a little break to make sure. Yeah, I'm recording. Whew. Thought I forgot to set record for a second there. This reminds me of when, whenever I make my paleo slash keto mayonnaise, you have to pour in the oil very slowly or it won't set properly. some spilt over. I'm stirring too quickly. Gotta slow down. Make my stir almost as slow as my pour. Okay. We continue to stir until the cream has been fully incorporated. Now we add our chives. That's about 3 tablespoons right there. We stir that around. Now we take a little taste. And now we adjust our seasoning a little bit at a time. You don't want to put in too much salt at once, or it will be all salt and you won't taste anything else. So let's just do half a teaspoon at a time until we reach the desired level of seasoning. My grandma taught me that trick when I put too much salt in some chicken gravy I was making. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah, when I first tried cooking, it was either too much salt or not enough. But, you know, grandmas can't be around forever to fix our cooking mistakes, so we have to learn. Hopefully we can learn from someone who was as wonderful a cook as she was. Just one more half teaspoon, I think, and that'll be it. Interesting bit of trivia: salt is the only rock, the only mineral that, the only rock that we can eat. Wars have been fought over salt. That is perfect, if I do say so myself. So now comes the best part of every episode. I get to eat. My favorite part. Sorry, I'm still learning how to use this camera so that you don't keep seeing my head as I bend down. I'm eating my soup with some of the focaccia bread that I made last week. I still have some left over, thank goodness for freezers. And let's see how it tastes with the focaccia. That is truly good. Absolutely delicious. Though I think a good idea for next time, no offense to Julia, is that I will add a little garlic, I think, because that might give it a little bit of extra oomph. I keep looking at the screen on my camera. I will try to look at you. But it is a delicious soup, and I hope you get to try and make it yourself, because I think you'll enjoy it as much as I am. Until next time, please remember, like, subscribe, comment below. I am Wesley Foreman, and always remember, eat and enjoy.